Hello friends, myself Mr. A.M. Maheshwari, working as lecturer in Electrical Department, Government Polytechnic College, Dahod. So many students having the doubts in network theorem. They don't know how to solve the numerical based on network theorem. So today I am taking the one topic from the network theorem, that is the Norton theorem. How to solve the numerical using the Norton theorem. First of all, what is the Norton theorem? Why we are using the Norton theorem? And then, what are the steps involving in the Norton theorem to solve the given numericals? Well, Norton theorem. What is the statement? Norton theorem states that a linear network consists number of energy sources and number of resistances. Then we can replace all the energy sources by the single current source in parallel with the single resistance. Well, here the single current source basically known as Norton current and the single resistance that is connected in parallel with the I Norton is known as the Norton resistance. Norton resistance also referred as the source resistance. Well friends, the Norton theorem is used to find out current or voltage or power consumed in a particular resistance. Now, here figure shows that here in this box a linear network having the number of energy sources with number of resistances are there. And here one resistance is shown, that is RL. This resistance is known as load resistance, through which what will be the value of current or what is the voltage across this resistance or how much power consumption take place in this resistance, that we have to calculate using the Norton theorem. Before starting numerical, first we have to see the steps, how to solve the numerical based on the Norton theorem. Here these are the 5 steps. Using these 5 steps one can easily solve the theorem using the Norton theorem. Step 1. Disconnect the load resistance RL and we have to short circuit that terminals. Means what? Here the load resistance RL is shown. We have to disconnect this load resistance RL and we have to short circuit these two terminals. After that, we have to find out the current through this short circuit path. This current is known as the Norton current. Third step. We have to find out the Norton equivalent resistance. Now, how to calculate the Norton equivalent resistance? So, for that, whatever the energy sources are given, then we have to disconnect. Means what? If the current sources are there, then we have to open circuit the current source, and if the voltage sources are there, we have to short circuit the batteries. Means our network is purely resistive network. Then, using the series parallel combination or star delta transformation, we have to find out the equivalent resistance for this terminal, say AB. When we calculate the RL, we have to keep this terminal open and we have to see the circuit from this open terminal. Whatever the resistance seen, that is known as the Norton resistance. After calculating the Norton resistance, the fourth step, we have to draw the Norton equivalent diagram. Now, how to draw the Norton equivalent diagram? It is shown here. For drawing the Norton equivalent diagram, whatever the Norton current calculated in second step, whatever the Norton resistance calculated in third step, these two are represented in parallel according to the Norton's statement. In this diagram, we have to connect the load resistance in parallel, that will be disconnected in step 1. Means the same resistance RL again is connected in parallel. After that, we have to find out the current through the load resistance RL. Now, how to calculate the current through the load resistance RL? So, for that we have to use the current division formula. This formula is nothing, it is the current division formula. Load current IL is calculated using formula IN multiplied by RN, whole term divided by RN plus RL, where IN Norton current, RN Norton resistance and RL load resistance. Using this formula we can calculate the current IL. Once the IL is calculated, then we are able to find out the voltage across the load resistance, and that is given by VR equal to IL into RL. If anyone want to find the power consumption for the load resistance RL, then that is given by PL equal to I square L RL, or one can say it is either VL into IL. So using this formula we can calculate the power. So using the Norton theorem, friends, we can find current, we can find voltage, we can find power for the particular resistance. Okay friends, now try to understand the Norton theorem with the example. Here one circuit is drawn. In this circuit, it is required to find current through this 21 ohm. This 21 ohm is known as the load resistance RL. So according to the first step, what we have to do, disconnect the load resistance RL and short circuit that terminal. Means what? We have to draw the diagram again. Step 1. We have to short circuit the 21 ohm resistance and we have to draw the circuit again. The remaining parameter that remains as it is. There is no change. Here, current through this short circuit branch, that is known as Norton current. We can also say it is the short circuit current. Now, how to find out the Norton current? That we see in the step 2.
7.
Now we have to calculate the Norton current. So to calculate the Norton current, what we have to do first? We have to find out the equivalent resistance for this network. See the network carefully. The current always flow from positive terminal of battery to negative terminal. Means due to this 28 volt battery, current will flow in this direction and then back to the negative terminal. At this junction point, current will be divided into two paths. Means what? These two resistors are connected in parallel. So first we have to find out the total of these two resistance and then we have to add this resistance. That will be our equivalent resistance for this network. So our equivalent will be given by 4 ohm parallel to 12 ohm. So plus 4 ohm. Through this 4 ohm the whole battery current pass. So this 4 ohm is said to be in series connection. So these two resistors are in parallel, this one is in series. So 4 parallel 12, the total value is given by 4 multiplied by 12 upon 4 plus 12, this 4 ohm as it is. 4 12s are 48 divided by 16 plus 4. 48 by 16 will give 3 plus 4. So we can say R equivalent equal to 7 ohm. Now for this battery, the total equivalent resistance is said to be 7. Now how much current flow due to this battery? First we have to calculate. Say that current is I. So to calculate the current I, we can say according to Ohm's law, current I equal to V divided by R. The total battery voltage 28 volt and total resistance for this battery is 7 ohm. So 28 by 7 will give 4 ampere. So current due to this battery is 4 ampere. Now at this junction point current divided into two parts. So what will be the current through this 12 ohm? That will be our Norton current.
7.
Now we have to calculate the Norton current. So Norton current will be given by whatever the current through 12 ohm. That is our Norton current. So at this junction point, there will be a division of current take place. So whatever the current through this 12 ohm, that will flow through the short circuit link, and our aim is to find out that current. So here we have to find out the current through 12 ohm. So using the current division formula, we can say I Norton equal to I multiply by resistance 4 ohm divided by 4 plus 12. This is the current division rule. What is the current I? That is 4 ampere. 4 multiplied by this 4 upon 4 plus 12, that is of 16. So 4 4s are 16 by 16, that is the 1 ampere current. So it is our Norton current. I Norton equal to 1 ampere. For this network, whatever the direction of current assume, that is downward, say terminal A to terminal B. So here we have to represent the direction of current, that is from A to B. So I Norton equal to 1 ampere and current flows from terminal A to terminal B. Now move on step 3. In this step we have to calculation of R Norton. When we calculate R Norton, first we have to eliminate all the energy sources. Means whatever the energy sources are given, those energy sources are set to 0. If the voltage sources are there, then it is short circuited. As we know that in case of short circuit, voltage is 0. And if the current source is given, then it will be open circuited. As we know that in open circuit current is 0. So here in this network only 28 volt battery is connected. So to calculate the R Norton, we have to short circuit this battery. But one important thing, student, we have to remember, if any internal resistance of battery is given, that remain as it is in the network when we calculate resistance R Norton. But here no internal resistance is given. So these three resistances are drawn here to calculate the value of R Norton. In this case, the terminal AB is now open and battery is now short circuited. The value of resistance, that is 4 ohm, 4 ohm and 12 ohm, that remain as it is. 4 ohm, 4 ohm and 12 ohm. Now, from this terminal AB, we have to observe the circuit. And whatever the resistance seen from this terminal, that is our Norton resistance, or we can say it is the source resistance also. Same way, here we have to use series parallel combination or star delta transformation to find out the Norton equivalent resistance. This one is a very simple circuit. Here these two resistors are in parallel and this combination is in series with 12. Now we have to assume that current flow from A to B. So we have to start from here, from the other end. So R Norton will be given by 4 parallel 4 plus 12. So 4 parallel 4 will be 4 multiplied by 4 upon 4 plus 4 plus 12. If we solve this term, we get only 2 plus 12. So that will be 14 ohm. So that is the Norton equivalent resistance. Well friends, this Norton equivalent resistance is nothing, it is the Thevenin resistance. Because Thevenin resistance for the Thevenin theorem also calculated using the same procedure. So that is about the Norton resistance. Now move on step 4. In this step, we have to draw the Norton equivalent diagram. To draw the Norton equivalent diagram, we need Norton current, we need Norton resistance. As per the Norton statement, these two elements are connected in parallel, that is like this. I Norton, and with this current source, the R Norton represented in parallel. Now what is I Norton? 1 ampere. So we have to say it is 1 ampere. What is the R Norton? That is of 14 ohm. So it is 14 ohm. Now in this equivalent network, whatever the load resistance disconnected in step 1, that is 21 ohm, that will be connected over there. So here we have to connect 21 ohm resistance, that is our load resistance, terminal A, terminal B. The direction of current for terminal AB, that is calculated in step 2, that is from A to B. So the current I Norton represented upward direction, then this current will be in downward direction. So the direction of I Norton is according to the direction of current through terminal AB. Now, how to calculate the load resistance IL? So again we have to use the current division formula to calculate the load current IL. That is our step 5. Now IL equal to I Norton multiplied by R Norton whole divided by R Norton plus RL. Now what is the I Norton? 1 ampere. What is the R Norton? That is 14 ohm. What is the R Norton? 14 ohm. And what is the load resistance? 21 ohm. 14 ones on 14. 14 plus 21, that will be 35. So I can say this 2 by 7 ampere. That will be, sorry, 2 by 5 ampere. 7 2s are 7, 5s are 35. So we can say it is 0.4 ampere load current that will flow from terminal A to B. That is our load current. Now, if you want to find whatever the voltage across this 21 ohm, then we can say VL equal to IL into RL. Now, what is the VL? 0.4 multiply RL, that is 21 ohm. So, if we multiply, we get 8.4 volt. That is our VL. Or if you want to find the power, then it will be given by VL into IL. VL we have 8.4. And what is the current IL? That is 0.4. By multiplying these two, we get the power in terms of watt. When we find the voltage, then we have to mention the direction. We have to mention the polarity. Here current flows from A to B, means terminal A positive, terminal B negative. So we can say it is with terminal A positive. So when we find current, we have to mention the direction. When we find the voltage, we have to mention the polarity. So that is all about the Norton's theorem. So friend, now you get the idea how to solve the numerical based on the Norton theorem. Thank you for listening to me. Have a